Welcome to episode 43 of the Mental Dietitian podcast. I'm your host, Ahren Lynch-potter, and I'm excited for today. I am feeling fantastic. I wish I could tell you all the reasons why, but it would take a lifetime. In short, I had a beautiful weekend away with some dear brothers of mine, and I got to explore the inner realms of myself. I've talked a lot about plant medicines on here and the healing that they can bring, and I'm feeling that in full force right now. And might sound like some hippie heebie-jeebies to you, but that's all right. That's all right. I'm excited for today's episode, and I look forward to sharing why there's only two people that you ever need to make proud of you in your life. There's only two people that really matter what they think about you. And that's the 8-year-old version of you and the 80-year-old version of you. And I'm proud to say that the 8-year-old version of me is very proud. And it makes me feel emotional, makes me feel happy, because there was a lot of stuff that I've done in my 30 years on this earth, 22 years since I was 8 years old, that made that 8-year-old very sad. All the ways I've treated people, all the ways I've shamed and let down that beautiful, sensitive little boy that loved and cared about everything. And if one of his friends was crying, I would sit down and cry with them. I would feel their pain with them. And when I turned 11, 12, 13, 14, it's no longer okay to feel. It's wrong. You're a little bitch. You're a pussy. You're not a man if you cry. What a load of bullshit that is. Your job on this planet as a human is to feel all of it, to feel the pain, to feel the sadness. Because without feeling the pain and without feeling the sadness, then how can you really love? How can you say you love who you love if you won't feel the pain and the sadness of the opposite? If you can't explore the shadow, how can you live in the light? And I got to feel all of that these last few days, and I got to really spend a lot of time with that younger version of myself. And oh man, it was beautiful. It was powerful. And I feel a lot of peace right now. I feel a lot of everything right now, which is great. I feel for so many years, I wouldn't let myself feel certain emotions. I would deny myself anger, and I would deny myself the rage of it all. Like all the things that people have done to me and all the feelings I've felt and all of that, all the bullying, all the sadness. I wouldn't let myself feel it because I thought it was too painful. But I can handle that shit. I can handle the pain. So can you. Because if you can handle the pain, if you can handle the sadness, and if you can dive deep, deep into those depths within yourself, and you can feel it, and you don't run away from it, you don't shy away from it, you don't numb it out, think about how deeply you can feel joy, and how deeply you can feel love, and you can feel all these other emotions. You must dive into the darkness to feel the light. And I saw this quote on Instagram. It's why I'm calling this podcast, the only two people whose judgment matters. I saw a video that said only people who matter about what they think about you is the 8-year-old version of you and the 80-year-old version of you. And it's a really beautiful picture to paint in your head of like, okay, what would the 8-year-old version of you say to you right now? What would she say? What would he say? What would they say? Why are you sad? Why are you angry all the time? We didn't used to be angry. We didn't used to be sad. Why aren't you allowing yourself to feel joy? Why are you scared all the time? You never used to be scared. Hmm. It's a beautiful picture. What would the 80-year-old version of you say to you now? Why are you letting yourself live like that? Why are you doing the things that you do? Why won't you feel the sadness? Why won't you feel the love? It's a beautiful place to sit. And if you're listening to this, I know people do, and I'm grateful for all of you that do. You get to watch my journey. You get to watch me come into myself. You get to hear me discover how fucking powerful I am. Because I didn't think I was for a really long time. I didn't think I was enough for a really long fucking time. But it turns out that I am. And it turns out that I'm not just enough, I'm more than enough. I'm powerful beyond measure. And I used to say that sometimes, but it always felt like a fucking lie, which was sad. But now I can feel it and actually feel it. And I'm raw right now coming out of any kind of plant medicine, especially when you're using it to work on yourself, and any kind of ceremony, any kind of deep inner work, you're raw. And I know it'll settle down. And I'm grateful that I get to record this podcast and just share some rawness with you all. Share some rawness with myself. Hear my voice. A lot of us have felt in our life that our voice doesn't matter. We all have had that before, where you felt put down, you felt like your voice didn't mean anything, you felt like what you had to say didn't matter, like nobody was listening. You have to feel that. Your job is to feel it all. Why is giving birth to a human being, or giving birth to anything, so beautiful and so powerful? Because you have to go through so much fucking pain, and you feel like every bone in your body is going to fucking shatter. And then you give birth to a beautiful baby that is filled with so much love that it makes all of that worth it. And sitting in silence sometimes like that, like I just did then, so you can appreciate the words. Life's an interesting game. Life's a very interesting game where there's so many ways to play it. There's so many ways to be. But my goal when I'm 80 is to have felt everything that I need to feel, to never run away. If you're truly a warrior, if you're truly strong in this world, you'll feel it all. You won't run away. You won't hide. Because you can run, you can hide from whatever it is that you're running and hiding from, but you know you are. And everybody is running and hiding from something. They're running and hiding from themselves. They're running and hiding from the joy. They're running and hiding from fear by always being busy. If we just stop running and stop hiding, what kind of feelings will come up that we need to feel so we can elevate and we can grow into who we truly are and become who we truly are, so that that 8-year-old version of you and that 80-year-old version of you look at you with so much love and so much joy that you felt it all, that you didn't shy away from it. You didn't shy away from your own greatness. You realized you were enough. You realized you were more than enough. And that's the message I really want to share with you today, that you got to feel it all. I say it all the fucking time. You got to feel it all. Only when you feel it all can you really, really appreciate how amazing life can be, and how horrible and how tragic and how sad life can be. I heard a story today that Lexi told me that one of her sister's friends just lost their 9-year-old daughter to complications in a hospital, or the hospital not giving that beautiful child antibiotics in time for strep throat, and it went septic and she passed away. And it made me cry. I felt a lot of sadness. I just can't imagine what these people are going through right now, and the deep pain from losing somebody you love so fucking much. Another one of my good friends had a baby 6 months ago. And the beauty of watching how much he loves that beautiful little girl. He's a big man, he's 6'8", and how much he loves his daughter. And just the two polar opposites of those two things, and feeling them and really feeling them and not letting yourself run away and not shying away from it. That's why I know that the 80-year-old version of me, well, as long as I keep on this path of trying to become a better man, try to appreciate all of it, love all of it, feel all of it, that I know that he will be proud, because I left it all out in the field of life. And it's an invitation. This episode is an invitation for you to let it all out on the field of life. Don't hold back. Don't hold back the tears. Don't hold back the laughter. Don't hold back the joy. Don't hold back those fucking screams of rage. Feel it all. I love you guys. So this one is a raw one, just communicating from the heart. There's been times where I felt like crying. There's been times I felt like laughing. Crying and laughing are very close. They can dance in and out of each other. Love you guys. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.